What's up, folks? Your buddy Fatalroadie. Today we're doing a Raw recap. This is the Fallout show after Wrestlemania. We started off with the new Universal Champion, Seth Rollins, coming out. We then have a recap of the Lesnar-Rollins match. From the crowd's reaction of "You deserve it," Seth Rollins responds, "We deserve it." He talks about his match at Wrestlemania and says as far as Brock Lesnar is going over to Vegas, he can stay there. He ends it by saying that he'll be the Universal Champion everyone can be proud of. The New Day then come out. Kofi and Big E says it's time for a celebration. Among all the shenanigans, Big E does a split. Wow. Kingston makes a pitch for a winners take all match against Seth Rollins. He says no Shield, no New Day, just one-on-one. Seth Rollins accepts the challenge, so that match is going to be our main event. We then have Ryder and Hawkins versus the Revival for the Raw Tag Team Championship. I thought a couple months back they said that we weren't having those automatic rematch clauses. This was an okay match though. The Revival hit the Shatter Machine on Ryder, but they didn't know that Hawkins was the legal man. Hawkins rolls up Wilder for the pin. Okay. Then Baron Corbin comes out. He talks about his match last night. The crowd reacts, shut the fuck up. He says he deserves his own gold medal. Then Kurt Angle comes out. He says that his career has ended, but Baron's is just starting, and he wishes him luck. Bad luck. Hits the Angle Slam, puts him in the ankle lock. Crowd starts cheering. Then Lars Sullivan comes out. He's finally here in the WWE. He gets in the ring, stares down Kurt Angle, slams him to the mat, gets up on the top rope, and does a diving headbutt. With next week being the Superstar Shakeup, it's going to be interesting to see where he's going to be going, whether he'll be staying on Raw or going to SmackDown. That being said, with the same mention of Braun Strowman, are we going to have two monsters on the same brand? We then have Alexa Bliss finally returning to in-ring action. She challenges Bayley. She comes out. Bliss taunts her about losing the belts. This is a short match. There really wasn't much to it. Alexa Bliss won with a DDT, which I still find funny being as small as she is. That's probably the most ineffective DDT on the WWE. We then have Becky Lynch coming out. She talks about her match at WrestleMania and tells Ronda Rousey after she's done sulking, Becky Lynch will be happy to slap her in her empty head. She then tells the women's division that she's the redhead in leather with 2 titles and she'll be slapping the heads off of anybody. We then have a Lacey Evans stripe. Nope, not this time. Nope. Lacey Evans comes walking out, squares up with Becky Lynch, slugs Lynch right in the head, and starts to walk off. Becky Lynch chases her down. The fight starts up on the ramp. Lynch tries to go for the disarm her, but Lacey Evans was able to escape, so I guess that might be the next challenger for Becky Lynch. Hopefully, because we won't be having too many drive-bys anymore. Bruh. We then have Ricochet and Aleister Black versus Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. What? Again? This is basically nothing we haven't seen in the 892 times they've been matched up. The crowd was having more fun doing the wave than with this match. Ricochet got the pin on Chad Gable. Okay. We then have a small segment where a cardboard box with smoke coming out of it is sitting in a dark room, and all of a sudden this boneheaded bird comes out laughing. Don't know what the fuck that one was. We then have Dean Ambrose versus Bobby Lashley. This is supposed to be Dean Ambrose's last match. I see Bobby Lashley finally got rid of the contacts. Lashley gets hold of the microphone and tells Dean Ambrose that once he's gone, don't worry, I'll take care of your wife. Then all hell breaks loose. Dean Ambrose beats the hell out of Bobby Lashley. They fight out at ringside, going up the ramp, slamming each other up onto the LED board. Ambrose nails Lashley with a DDT, tries to clear off the table, but Lashley comes up and gives him a spear, and then gives him a choke slam onto the table. Somehow I don't think that with Renee Young being thrown into this story that this is going to be Dean Ambrose's last match. He'll probably re-sign, and that'll be the story going on. And after, I think, 9 or 10 months or so, Sami Zayn is finally back in the WWE after having double shoulder surgery. He hypes up the crowd and says that he wants a match. Finn Balor comes out, which then is our next match. Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor, and then it's announced that it'll be for the IC title. This was actually a pretty fun match. I enjoyed it. Zayn was making a pretty good show of the whole match, but he missed a haluva kick, which allowed Balor to get the coup de grace and win. Sami Zayn then gets on the microphone. He starts running down the crowd, almost sounding like Daniel Bryan 2.0, and actually reminded me why I'm not a big fan of Sami Zayn. We then have our usual waste of time with Elias in the ring. He's bitching about John Cena ruining his WrestleMania moment. He tries his hand at rapping and says that if anybody interrupts him this time, they'll be a dead man. Cue the gongs. Out comes the Undertaker. He gets into the ring. Elias starts to leave but reconsiders and actually steps up to the dead man. He starts to back down but tries to sneak attack the Undertaker. He eats a boot, gets a choke slam, and the Undertaker buries him with a tombstone. The Undertaker actually is looking pretty good. He is, however, a day late, but better late than never. We then come to our main event. Hold on to your seat, folks. This is going to be a bumpy ride. Seth Rollins versus Kofi Kingston in a winner-take-all match. This is a very high-energy match. Early on, Kingston and Rollins were trying to get their finishers in. The match was going phenomenally well. The crowd was really into it until the bar had to come in and fuck it all up. They attack Kingston and Rollins. As they start to escape, Rollins gets on the microphone, and guess what? We have a tag team match now. Yeah. Yay. So, Kofi Kingston and Seth Rollins versus the bar. Woo! Yay. Can't wait to see this match. The crowd definitely wasn't into it. They were chanting bullshit, and this match sucks. I honestly agree with them. The crowd definitely wasn't in it. I wasn't in it. Kingston hit the Trouble in Paradise on Cesaro, followed by a stomp. Rollins got the pin. Yay. I really didn't think they were going to be going through like a winner-take-all match for the two main titles, but I would at least have liked to seen something like the Undisputed Era or something like that, other than the bar coming in to DQ the whole match. That totally incensed the whole crowd. For a Fallout show for Raw, it was going good. It had promise. It was good. I won't say it was bad, but the ending, no, that ending straight out fucking sucked. Everything else is pretty good. We've seen Ricochet and Black versus Gable and Rude 10,972 times, but everything was good. It was lining up to be like an awesome Raw. Then they kind of dropped the ball at the end. But that'll do it for this episode of Raw Recap. Leave a comment down below what you thought of tonight's Raw, what you thought of this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share and subscribe. I've been Fatalroadie. You've been awesome. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, if it's too loud, you're too old. See ya.